Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Today, from ICM, another nice kit they brought out this year, isn't it? One of their great releases, the Hs.123A-1 German attack aircraft. Now, I don't think it's fundamentally changed actually since the last release, but it has got one or two subtle differences. It says, early version model of the Hs.123 dive bomber and ground attack aircraft. Precise reproduction of the geometry and proportions of the actual aircraft, detailed cockpit, etc. Various 50-kilogram bombs are included, so this is a real bomber version. Details of two variants are included, including Siegfried Hammond's uniquely marked aircraft of 3 dry Fliegergruppe 50. Okay. Kit number 32014. Let's have a look on the side. So I'm just trying not to chuckle because they're very good at doing these variants, aren't they? Even sometimes when they're quite subtle, but they work well. And it's very nice of ICM to send them to us. Oh, there's some questionable markings that have been obliterated here to make it palatable on international markets. Now, I'm bound to say this, aren't I? Now, I've just spotted that. I'm bound to say, Airfix, please take note. Another way that ICM have not wanted to show that symbol on anything on their box art, which is understandable. We'll see what's inside. This is going to be very interesting, as a very pertinent after the recent release, or the forthcoming release, imminent, of the Airfix new 109 in 24 scale, where we've had this discussion a little bit. I mean, it looks like a really nice kit, that does, but it's just a little bit of minor irritation about this lack of symbol. And it's quite clear, everybody's got the same problem. Everybody has got restrictions that are legally binding, but manufacturers like ICM here manage to find a way around it so it can be done. You know, just throwing your hands up in the air saying we can't do it, that's not true, is it? You can. You know, ICM do it, Kotari do it, Meng do it, Tamiya do it. Anyway, no issue on this last one, because this is the one that's got this rather gregarious writing all over it. Anyway, without further ado, without getting bogged down into other issues too much, let's have a jolly good look at it, see what we've got here. Let's have a look what ICM have produced this time, and whether it is this one going to feature in kits of the year. Another one that might, you never know. I've got lots and lots of these, and lots of Marauders coming through. Is it open? Yes. Right, we're all open. Open for business. Let's see what we've got. He says, you cut that? You haven't cut that. You've missed one, stupid boy. Stupid boy. There we go. Thought I got it. Did I cut it? I think I did cut it actually. It's very tightly bound at this end for some reason. I'm sure we'll get in there in the end, eventually. It's one of these that does not want to play ball, this one. Come on! Doesn't want to play ball at all. Come on now, you can do this. It's tight. It's super tight. And then people say, what do you wear gloves for? Here's one reason. Because I think without them I'd really struggle to get into some of these ICM kits. Just don't have the grip. It's alright, you talk amongst yourselves while I try and fight with it. Think I'm in. We're in! Right, we're in. Jeez. Tougher than expected. Alright then. So, nice henshin. One big bag of sprues. And instructions. Let's have a look at what we have here then. So it says here, serial production of the Hs.123 aircraft began in September 1936. Its main purpose was to provide air support for German ground forces. In the late summer of 1938, an interesting story unfolded, including one such Hs.23. Lieutenant Siegfried Hamann, an adjutant in the dry Fliegergruppe 50, commander who had no formal pilot training, secretly learned to fly the aircraft and later confessed to this to his commander. Given permission to demonstrate his skills, Haman was provided with an HS-123 that ground personnel had painted with large whimsical inscriptions of a humorous and sceptical nature, expressing their disbelief in his abilities. What did it actually say? All Anfang is schwer. Okay. Despite this scepticism, Hammond's flight was successful, proving his capabilities and earning him status as a fully fledged pilot. This is quite funny. By 1939, he joined 3 Staffelgruppe 2 as a pilot and participated in the attack on Poland. How bizarre. What does it actually say then? What does it say? Oh, right. We'll just get straight. This has got some great decals, I'll tell you that now. This is going to be... I mean, the model, actually, we've seen before, but this is all about the decals. Ooh, now, what was I just saying about that symbol? Let's have a look at this, yeah? Now, please somebody at Airfix, I'm going to have to ask Dale. I'll maybe have to email him and say, what is the actual reason that you can't do it? Can you not do it, or will you not do it? Because here we have, you know, a fairly obvious way that ICM have done it. Works very, very well. Not too fiddly to actually make it work. Bob's your uncle. Nothing on the box art to upset or offend anybody, but an accurate depiction within this box, enabling you to complete the genuine and accurate model. And while we're looking at this, I'm going to do just a little bit of German translation here. You just bear with me a minute, because we need to know what this says. So, if I put in here, sorry, let's get this. The last, I know that says last. What does this say? Selector. 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 I think that's right. Selector. Bear with me, folks, this is going to be worth hearing. I'm nearly there. I think I may have spelt it wrong. Don't think it has a C in it. The last hit, it means. The last hit. The final insult. Slag. Schlager music. That's not Schlager though, is it? Schlagter. It's got a T in it. We've got to get to the bottom of this, because otherwise it just becomes less meaningful without it. We've got to get this right. Let's get this right. It's got a T in it, which I've missed. The last butcher is what it stands for. The last butcher. Anfang ist schwer. What's Anfang ist schwer? The last butcher. Okay, so and bear with me. We need to get this sorted. Okay, we've got it now. This is quite funny. I'm sorry about the delay there. I know it's disturbed the flow of the video slightly, but you just got to bear with me. So it actually says the last butcher, and then it says our Anfang is schwer. Every beginning is difficult. They were really taking the mickey out of this guy, it would seem. And then there's one final comment which is made, which is, if you bear with me 1 second, this won't take more than a second. Caution, Vorsicht, caution. So every beginning is difficult, caution, says on the other side, caution. The last butcher. And then it's got, dear adjutant, God help, God, I know what this says, God help us, it says. This is quite funny, isn't it? God help us, or God save us, basically, on the top left here. God enhalte uns, God save us, God help us. But look at this, it's got some really really nice graphics on the actual aircraft. So there's quite a lot of, these are not individual pieces, they are big decals. This is a nice decal set, it's beautiful really. So it's really worth looking at. This is something new, something a bit different that ICM have uncovered obviously in their research. That's very worthy and something completely different and interesting. So I really like that actually. Now I've got to the bottom of it. My pidgin German. So every what is it? Every journey has tough beginnings, and the last butcher basically taking the mickey out of this guy. And that really is the feature of the kit that differentiates it from the others that we've seen. I don't think I'm going to go through this because we haven't seen it before, and it really was all about that. Only to mention is it does have these racks, so I'll just show you this. It has this bomb rack underneath, and these are 50 kilogram bombs. And you can see here it's got these two racks. There's a rack on either side, and you've got a choice of standard 50 kilogram or the ones that have got the proboscis on the front, which makes it detonate above ground, so it's like an anti-personnel feature. Very nasty. You've got a mask template there, and then you've got this rather enjoyable, so you can either have, if you don't want to do the Nazi symbols, then that's fine, you can avoid using that if you want to, but you have got it provided. They have gone in a way that makes it viable, and ICM selling to all the same countries that Airfix do, I'm pretty sure, so I'm not sure why Airfix and one or two others have a problem. Don't really understand why Revell can't do it either, because the same applies to them, even though they're a German company. Nothing's different. They're still selling into the same country, so I just don't get it. But that scheme is truly remarkable, and it's got some real humour about it, making it a very interesting offering and a different version of the kit. A bit of a sense of humour from the Germans there, which, British people sometimes think Germans don't have a sense of humour. Well, that just proves that we're wrong, because there's certainly a lot of humour going on there. We'll have a quick look at the kit, why not, because it's not that many sprues. It's a fairly straightforward build, so it's not got that many parts. So you've got this beautiful quality to these. There's a really nice plastic quality, the feel of it is very nice. Plastic feels substantial and a nice finish to it. Doesn't look like it needs to be washed particularly like some others, including some of the Airfix from India, by the way. And some of the Tamiya as well can be a little bit, and Revell actually is the worst. Some of the Revell kits are really gloopy with release agent from the moulds, But these always come out looking like they're just ready to paint, to be quite honest. They're really some beautiful parts. Very nice finish to them. So, got our engine pieces here, all the cylinders. and we've got the all the exhaust manifolds coming out there. Cowlings over here. And then we have our, it's a really substantial feeling sprue. It doesn't feel floppy like some others do. A really nice, yeah, very nice character to it. Nice plastic. Feels like it's going to build up well. Yeah. And we've got lots of parts to do with the exhaust system, which looks really cool the way it comes out. Over here. It's nice, isn't it? And over on this side as well. There. Nice. All sorts of things like there's foot stirrups and there's the control, the main control stick. You can see how ICM have gone down the Zokimura route here of using ejector pin lugs instead of having ejector pins on the parts. They've got these lugs instead. Got a bit more parts of the exhaust here. Yeah, that's nice. Then we've got the two double sprues, which are the same, with all these bombs on. I can't remember. I have a feeling that the earlier version of this that I reviewed had those on it as well, but I didn't. They weren't mentioned in the instructions. I think it was a case of that. There's your bombs, and your wheels and your spats, and the rest of the bombs here. The ones without the proboscis, and they've got the tail fins there as well. Two of those. And then we've got our, whoops, this is a bit slightly bizarre the way that this has been conceived actually at this end of the sprue, because it doesn't attach to anything, see what I mean? But it's beautiful finishing, you know, very, very subtle. And this is what's leading us up to this beautiful Hamden that's coming any week. Should have it within 2 to 3 weeks. I'll have it in my hand, reviewing it. And it's a really fine looking model, this. It's really a nice one. You know, you've got all this fine detail. You've got some nice sculpturing of the fabric. And it's a very, very nice nice kit. I don't see any clear parts in here actually. Where's the clear part? I know there's only one. Strange. Don't seem to have got any windscreen. Have I missed something? Is it hiding somewhere? Oh, it's hiding. It is hiding. Yeah, it's just a little windscreen. I won't worry about getting that out. It's only a little vestigial windscreen at the front. There it is. Yeah. Just wondered where it was. I didn't spot it, that's all. Lovely model, and I like those decals. They really are well executed. Those are, and these are their own decals. I believe they are. They're not cartograph anyway. They're not crediting the decals as being made by anybody else. So it's pretty impressive that they've come up with something like that, I think. So again, it's kind of another 10 out of 10, isn't it? There's nothing not to like in the kit. There's no flash, there's no shortcomings. You've got absolutely perfect decals. You know, which on an unusual subject like this is really important. The quality is good. Fabulous. Fabulous. You know, I know I get these kits every month. They're sent to me at no charge. I don't give them any extra rating because of that. I'm very grateful, but I don't give them an extra half point or another point. There's just nothing wrong with the kit. They're just really beautifully finished. They've got great decals. The clear parts are perfect. Yeah, the only area where they could improve would be a bit more. I'd like to have a bit more descriptive data. But the actual model, you know, something like that, it's all very self-explanatory in that kit. It's beautiful. 10 out of 10. I feel like that's the third, I think, now in a row. I feel like a bit of a stuck record, but it's 10 out of 10 because there's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfect kit. If you want that subject, you've hit the lottery win with this, you know. They're nice, aren't they? And what's this one now? This is about £40, £45 thereabouts. But it gives you a perfect example of a Henshaw 123. Basically, it's great. Nothing not to like. I mean, you could, if you wanted to really look for being picky and looking for trouble, say, oh, I haven't got any pilot, you know. Well, they do have some 32nd scale pilots, I think, separately. Or is that something they haven't done yet? I'm just trying to remember, using my memory now. But I'm sure they do some anyway, but it's quite possible if they don't do any that they might have some in the pipeline. A wonderful kit, 10 out of 10. Thank you very much to ICM for providing that. Again, it makes my job very easy when it's as good as that, doesn't it, really? There's not much to say. Anyway, we've got one or two others from them still to come through. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the ground, and I shall be along very soon with some more, hopefully as good as that, hopefully interesting reviews. And thank you very much for watching. Before I forget and round off this one thing I did forget to mention, which was a bit remiss of me, I forgot to mention the paint set, which they very kindly provided as well. Look at this. So this is your genuine, instead of having to go out and buy the entire paint set, which costs hundreds, you've got this beautiful little set. It's all you need. It's got all the colours that you're going to need for this aircraft, including the blood red for the tail, the one that has the symbol on it. But all the colours that you are going to need for these 1930s German planes is here, all in one set. So you've got deck tan, camouflage green, leather brown, white, blood red and pale blue, all in one lovely set. That's set number 3071. So before I go rushing off and signing off, I really forgot now, that was very remiss of me. There we go. There's your little paint set. The paint set retails for about £10–11. It's got 6 paints in it, so it's really good value, to be honest. That's they're nice, these acrylics from ICM. That is very good value. So you've got there £50–55 worth. You've got all the paints you need and a complete kit. Can't go wrong. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching that, thought it was interesting. And please stay tuned, and until next time, thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, thanks a lot, and bye for now.